Hello students, how are you all? This is the fifth lecture of chapter number 2 of class 10 science, that is acids, base and salts. In the previous lecture we have learnt about the chemical properties of acid. There were total 5 chemical properties of acid. It means reaction of acid with metal, reaction of acid with metal oxide, reaction of acid with base, reaction of acid with metal carbonate and reaction of acid with metal bicarbonate, which is also known as metal hydrogen carbonate. So, in today's lecture we are going to learn about chemical properties of base. So, note it down the topic, that is chemical properties of base. Now, the first chemical property of base, that is reaction of base with acid. Reaction of base with acid. So, when base reacts with acid, when base reacts with acid, it forms salt and water. How can we say that? Remember the third property of acid. Which was the third property of acid? Just look it down. Which was the third property of acid? The third property of acid was reaction of acid with base. Reaction of acid with base. So, either acid is added into the base or base is added into the acid, the reaction does not change. So, when acid reacts with base or base reacts with acid, it is one and the same thing. It means it will always form salt and water. It will always form salt and water. For example, we have a base, that is CaOH twice, and here we have a acid, suppose that is H2CO3. So, when acid reacts with base, this calcium takes place of hydrogen. This calcium takes place of hydrogen and forms CaCO3, calcium carbonate. Clear? Now, this OH and this hydrogen, this OH and this hydrogen forms water, H plus OH, that is H2O. Clear? Getting it? So, when base reacts with acid, forms salt and water. Here it is not a acid, it is not a base. How can we say that? The acids are the compound which has hydrogen in it. It means most of the acids H is in front. The compound which has hydroxide in it are known as base. It means base is hydroxide. It means in each and every base there is a OH at the last. Here there is no H, no OH, so obviously it will be a salt. So, this compound is salt, H2O, water, quite simple. Let us write the another example, that is NaOH plus, suppose any of the acid, that is sulfuric acid, it forms salt, that is sodium sulfate plus water, so it remains same. This Na will displace hydrogen, clear, and OH and H2 will form water. Third example, let us take KOH plus HCl, it will form KCl plus H2O. Here also same thing happens. Potassium, that is K, displaces hydrogen from acid and it forms KCl instead of HCl, and OH and H forms H2O. H2O, it does not mean, I have underlined the hydrogen, it does not mean sodium reacts with hydrogen. Sodium takes place the hydrogen. Sodium takes the place of hydrogen. So, it is a type of a displacement, and as well as hydrogen is taking the place of Na. So, it is a double displacement reaction. Clear? So, sodium takes place of hydrogen, so it is Na2SO4. Potassium takes place of hydrogen, so it is KCl instead of HCl. Calcium takes place of hydrogen, so it is CaCO3 instead of H2CO3. So, these are the reactions. This is the first property of base. Clear? So, now for remembering or for learning the second property of base, You should know what are the salts. What are the salts? See, if we have carbon and oxygen, then it forms carbonate. We have sulfur and oxygen, it forms sulfate. Clear? So the second property of base, for the second property of base is the reaction of base with non-metal oxide, So when base reacts with non-metal oxide, it forms salt, plus water, Let us take an example here. So for example, we have a base NaOH. Suppose we have a base KOH. Suppose we have a base CaOH twice. What are the non-metals? The non-metals are sulfur, carbon, nitrogen, etc. What are the oxides? They are non-metal oxides. It means compound with oxygen. Sulfur and oxygen forms sulfur trioxide, carbon and oxygen forms carbon dioxide, nitrogen and oxygen forms nitrogen dioxide. So these are the compounds. So let us start from here. Suppose calcium oxide reacts with carbon dioxide. Carbon is non-metal, oxygen is oxide, so that is non-metal oxide. So when base reacts with non-metal oxides, it forms salt and water. How? Let us see here. Salt and water. See, when calcium reacts with C and O, which type of ion do carbon and oxygen forms? It forms carbonate ion, CO3 minus ion, CO3 minus 2 ion. So the salt formed here is such as CaCO3. So when calcium reacts with carbon and oxygen, so it forms an ion like CaCO3. It forms the salt like CaCO3 plus release of water. So how can we guess which type of salt? According to the non-metal oxides. So what type of ions do non-metal oxide forms? That is carbon trioxide, that is CO3, carbonate ion. When potassium suppose reacts with sulfur trioxide, SO3, sodium reacts with again SO3. Let us see. So which type of ions do SO3 form? SO3 forms the ions such as SO4. Clear? Sulfate ion. So when sodium reacts here, it forms Na2SO4 plus H2O. Again here K2SO4 plus H2O. So here the salts formed, that is totally dependent upon the non-metal oxide or the type of non-metal oxides, that is directly linked to here. Clear? Just increasing the oxygen by one number. Here there is 2 oxygen, here there are 3 oxygen, here 3, 4. And where do they get this oxygen? They get this oxygen from base. Clear? So this is the second property of base, that when base reacts with acid, it forms salt and water. When base reacts with non-metal oxide, it also forms salt and water. Now we have only one property remaining of the base. Clear? Getting it? Note it down. If you want to take these screenshots, then you are most welcome to take the screenshots. I hope so you have done it, or you can pause the video and write the classwork what I have written in the board. Clear? Now the third property of base. Write it down, the third property of base. What is the third property of base? Reaction of base with metal. Only one reaction that is somewhat hard as compared to the other reaction. It is not that hard, but it is somewhat hard as compared to the other chemical equations that we have learnt up till now. So now we are going to learn about the reaction of base with metal. So this is the third and the final property of base, that is reaction of base with metal. So let us first learn and remember the reaction of acid with metal. So suppose when HCl reacts with metal, that is Na, what happens here? metal displaces hydrogen. Why? Because metals are more reactive. So, this is a displacement reaction, it forms NaCl and hydrogen gas which burns with a pop-up sound. Remember, which burns with a pop-up sound. Another example, H2SO4 when reacts with metal, the same thing happens, metal is more reactive, it will displace hydrogen. So, the compound will form salt and hydrogen gas. Clear? So, again here it releases hydrogen which burns with a pop-up sound, we can prove that. But it means that when metal reacts with any acid, it reacts because metal are more reactive than the hydrogen. Metals are more powerful than hydrogen, so it will displace hydrogen. So, it will displace hydrogen. Now, let us talk about the base. For example, we have a base NaOH. Clear? NaOH. When suppose it reacts with a metal zinc, it reacts with a metal zinc. So, what happens here? We know that metals are more reactive than hydrogen. Same thing happens here also, metal is present on the reactant side, hydrogen is also present. So, metal will take place of hydrogen. So, the compound formed here is NaOZN. NaOZN. But we cannot write the compound as NaOZN. Why? Because in the last year in class 9 in chapter number 3 we have learnt about the rules of writing a chemical formula. There are few rules about writing a chemical formula. The first rule was that the positive ion should always be written ahead of the negative ion. So, it means positive ion should be written in front of the negative ion. So, it should be always in the front side in a chemical formula. If you do not know the rule, then it is quite simple. You can also remember now that in any of the chemical formula the positive ion is always in front and the negative ion is back side. For example, here MgSO4, Mg is plus, SO4 is minus, Na is plus, Cl minus, here H is plus, Cl is minus, H is plus, SO4 minus. So, in any of the chemical formula positive ion is always ahead of the negative ion. But here Na is plus, oxygen is minus and Zn is plus. So, we have to obviously write a positive ion in front of a negative ion, so that there is a change in chemical formula, that is NaZnO. NaZnO. Now, second rule of writing a chemical formula. Second rule of writing a chemical formula was that positive charge should be equals to the negative charge. Positive charge should be equals to a negative charge. So, how can we write that? How can we do that? Let us count here. What is the negative charge and what is total positive charge? See, charge of sodium is plus 1. Charge of zinc is plus 2, charge of oxygen is minus 2. Obviously they are plus, but the charge of sodium is plus 1, zinc has plus 2 charge and oxygen is minus 2 charge. So, sodium and zinc has combined charge of plus 3 and oxygen has a combined charge of minus 2. Now, I need to balance this one. So, if I add plus 1 then it is equals to plus 4. Here I add minus 2 then it becomes minus 4. Now, they are equal. So, I have to plus 1 charge, I have to add plus 1 charge on the positive side and minus 2 charge on the negative side. So, how I can do that? If I want the plus 1 charge, then I can double the sodium. If there are 2 sodium, charge of 1 sodium is plus 1, then the charge of 2 sodium will be plus 2. So, I can add here 2, there are 2 sodium. Clear? So, there are 2 sodium, the total charge will be plus 2, total charge of zinc is plus 2, so total charge will be plus 4. Now, how to make the minus 4 charge? I can double the oxygen. If I double the oxygen, the charge of 1 oxygen is minus 2. So, charge of 2 oxygen will be 2 into minus 2, that is minus 4. Here plus 1 into 2. Clear? So, total charge is plus 4, minus 4 and finally the chemical formula. Finally, the chemical formula will be equals to Na2 ZnO2. Clear? Getting it? Na2 ZnO2. How the formula was there? Again revise the video, again learn one more time how the formula was made. If you still can't get it after seeing 2 to 3 times, if you still can't get it how the chemical formula was made after seeing 2 to 3 times, then I will suggest just remember this formula, just remember the formula Na2ZnO2. Na2ZnO2. Clear? Getting it or not? Na2ZnO2. Just remember the formula, because there are only such two formulas to remember. First is Na2ZnO2 and the second I am going to make you learn. Clear? So there is only one formula. If you do this, then it is quite good. If you remember this, if you understand it, then it is very good. But if you can't, still after saying 4 to 5 times, if you are not able to remember, then write it down 2 to 3 times, and then still you are not able to remember, then just memorize it, just mug up it, that is Na2ZnO2. The name of the compound, Na2ZnO2, the name of the compound Na2ZnO2 is sodium zincate. Na2ZnO2 is sodium zincate. The name of the compound is sodium zincate, C-A-T-E, zincate. How? See, if I have only nitrogen ion, then it is known as nitride. If we have oxygen ion O-2, then it is known as oxide. If we have sulfur ion S-2, then it is known as sulfide. Clear? So there is a specific way that whenever the single element is in the ion form, single atom is in the ion form, then IDE is written at the back side as a suffix. The thing which is written as at the end of the name, then it is known as suffix. So IDE is used as a suffix in each and every negative ion. But when oxygen combines with another compound, for example, sulfur is sulfide, but SO4 is known as sulfate. Clear? So instead of I, it is 8 when oxygen is combined. Alone carbon is known as carbide, C-A-R-B-I-D-E, carbide. But when oxygen comes with it, then it is known as carbonate. CO3 is known as carbonate. Clear? Alone nitrogen is known as nitride, but NO3 is known as nitrate. Clear? ATE is used as a suffix. So here sodium is written as sodium, but when zinc comes with oxygen, when zinc combines with oxygen, so it is known as zincate. I hope so. Now we will able to remember the name. Why we have written sodium zincate, not only zinc oxide, because when oxygen combines with any other element, then the suffix is written as ate. Sulfate, carbonate, nitrate, phosphate, zincate. Clear? So there are two things to remember: the name of the compound and how the chemical formula of the compound is formed. How the chemical formula of the compound is formed. Clear? Now again, when NaOH reacts with aluminium, such type of compound is formed, that is NaOAl. Why? Because aluminium will displace hydrogen. But as we have learned here, first rule, that the positive ion is always written in ahead of the negative ion. So we have to write, what we have to write? That is NaAlO. Now let us balance the charge, positive charge. Na has plus 1 charge, aluminium has plus 3 charge. Na has plus 1 charge, aluminium has plus 3 charge. So total charge is plus 4, plus 1 plus 3 plus 4. Oxygen has minus 2 charge. So the negative charge is minus 2. They are not equal. So how to balance them? Multiply minus 2 with 2. So it will be plus 4 equal to minus 4. So now the charges are balanced. So what to do? Multiply 2. So we have to take 2 oxygen. So I am writing here 2. So 2 into 2, there will be minus 4 charge. So the chemical formula when aluminium and sodium hydroxide reacts, that is equals to 1 Na. There is no change in the positive charge. So that is NaAl, no change in aluminium, but there will be 2 oxygen. Clear? So there will be 2 oxygen. Clear? To balance the charges. Now, what will be the name of this compound? Can you see that? Sodium zincate. So it will be sodium Aluminate, exactly, very good. So it is sodium aluminate. It is sodium aluminate. Why not only aluminum? Because when oxygen is combined, the suffix is written as ate. Because of oxygen, it is written as ate. Sodium aluminate. Sodium aluminate. So it is sodium aluminate. Clear? Getting it or not? So these are the metals. These are the metals or oxides. It can be also metal oxides. It can be also metal oxide. The metal oxide, aluminum oxide formula is Al2O3. So metal as well as metal oxides can react with base. Now zinc oxide and aluminum oxides are the oxides which can react with base, which can also react with acid. Not all the oxides can react with acid and base, both the compounds. There are not all the oxides, metal oxides, which can react with acid as well as base. There are only two such oxides up till now. Up till now we have only known two such oxides. There might be many more in the higher studies, in the higher classes, but for the 10th we have two oxides, zinc oxide and aluminum oxides, which can react with acid as well as they can react with base. And the compound or the oxides or the metal oxides which can react with acids and which can also react with base are known as amphoteric oxides. One of the most important questions of this chapter. What are amphoteric oxides? Give examples and write the reactions with acids and base. Clear? What are amphoteric oxides? The oxides which can react, the metal oxides which can react with acid as well as base are known as amphoteric oxides, which are able to react with acid and also able to react with base. So zinc oxide can react with base, zinc oxide can also react with acid. Aluminum oxide can react with base, aluminum oxide can also react with acids. So they are known as amphoteric oxides. Clear? So these are the examples, and write the reactions to prove that yes, they can react with acid, they can also react with base. Clear? So it is one of the most important and most frequently asked questions in the board exam. What are amphoteric oxides? Clear? In 1 mark, 2 mark, this question is asked. What are amphoteric oxides? So one of the most important questions. Now this is the last chemical property of the base. So I think you should remember all the 3 properties of base, all the 5 properties of acid. What will be the today's example? Today's homework. You have to write 10 examples. You have to write 10 examples of the first property of base, that is reaction of base with acid. You have to write 10 examples of the second property of base, that is reaction of base with non-metal oxide. Now you have to write 5 examples, not more examples, but only 5 examples of reaction of base with metal or metal oxide. You can include 5 examples in all the things. 2 examples of metal, 2 examples of metal oxides, total 5 reaction of base with metal or reaction of base with metal oxide. It is one in the same property. Clear? So there are total 5 examples of third property, 10 examples of the second property, and 10 examples of first property, as well as classwork, and the same thing in the homework notebook. Thank you very much.